Surah Al-Baqarah, 275. Allah has permitted trade and forbidden interest.
To a deep dive into something that affects us all, money. But this isn't your typical finance video. We're going beyond the spreadsheets and stock tips to explore how certain money habits, if we're being honest with ourselves, might actually be keeping some of us trapped in a cycle of poverty. And we're looking at this through a specific lens, an Islamic perspective. We're going to break down these habits, not just through personal finance tips, but through the guidance of the Qur'an and Hadith. We're talking about understanding the principles of Islamic finance and how aligning our actions with these teachings can lead to a more fulfilling and, yes, financially stable life. So whether you're just starting your financial journey or you're a seasoned investor, join me as we unpack these habits, challenge our assumptions, and explore practical solutions to achieve true financial well-being, all while staying true to our faith. Let's kick things off with a fundamental principle in Islam: putting in the work. You know that feeling when you're scrolling through Instagram and you see someone living their best life seemingly effortlessly? It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, man, they've got it made, or attributing their success to luck. But Islam emphasizes that true success comes from effort, from striving for what you want. As the Quran says, man can have nothing but what he strives for. 53:39. Think of it like this. Financial stability is less about hitting the lottery and more about building a business brick by brick. It's about investing in yourself, gaining knowledge, and honing your skills. Are you interested in Islamic finance? Learn about budgeting, halal investing, and Islamic financial instruments? Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's also potential earning power. But here's the thing. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart. Are you stuck in a job that doesn't pay you what you're worth? Maybe it's time to level up your skills, seek out mentorship, or explore new opportunities. Remember, Islam encourages seeking knowledge and improving your situation. So, let's ditch the get-rich-quick mentality and embrace the Islamic principle of striving. Alright folks, let's talk about spending habits. We live in a society that glorifies consumerism. Buy this, upgrade to that, the newest version of everything. Islam offers a different perspective, a mindful approach to spending. The Quran reminds us, indeed the wasteful are brothers of the devils. 17:27. Wastefulness is about a mindset, an attitude towards our resources. Islam teaches us to be mindful of our blessings and to utilize them wisely. It's about striking a balance between our needs and wants. So, how do we break free from overspending? It starts with a budget. A budget isn't about restricting yourself. It's about taking control of your finances. Make intentional choices about where your money goes. Let's talk about something we could all use a little more of: patience. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, patience can feel like a lost art. But when it comes to building true wealth, patience is not just a virtue, it's a necessity. The Quran reminds us, but those who are patient and do righteous deeds, they will have forgiveness and a great reward. 11:11. This principle of patience is fundamental to Islamic finance. It emphasizes ethical investments, long-term growth, and tangible assets. Think of it like planting a tree. You wouldn't expect to see fruit the day after you plant the seed, would you? It takes time, care, and patience for the tree to grow and bear fruit. Remember, building true wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Let's talk about a topic that can be a bit uncomfortable but is crucial to understanding Islamic finance: riba, or interest. Now I know what you're thinking. Interest? What's wrong with interest? It's how the world works. And you're right, in conventional finance, interest is everywhere. But in Islam, riba is strictly prohibited. The Quran is very clear on this. Allah has permitted trade and has forbidden interest. 275. See, Islam encourages trade, entrepreneurship, and earning through legitimate means. But interest, in its essence, is seen as exploitative. Here's why. Imagine you're struggling financially and need a loan. You go to a traditional lender and they're happy to help, but at a cost: interest. Now, if you're already struggling, that interest becomes an additional burden, a weight that can keep you trapped in a cycle of debt. And that's the problem with riba. It often preys on the vulnerable, creating a system where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It goes against the Islamic principles of fairness, justice, and social responsibility. So, what's the alternative? Islamic finance offers a range of ethical financial products and services that operate without interest. These alternatives are designed to promote fairness, transparency, and shared risk and reward. They're about creating a more equitable financial system that benefits all parties involved. Let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to money: gratitude. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in what we don't have, to constantly compare ourselves to others and to feel like we're always striving for more. But Islam teaches us the importance of shukr, of gratitude for the blessings in our lives, no matter how small they may seem. The Quran reminds us, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor." And 14:7. This verse is powerful because it highlights the direct link between gratitude and abundance. When we're grateful for what we have, it shifts our perspective. We start to see the good in our lives, and that positive energy attracts even more blessings. Think about it. When we're constantly focused on what we lack, we create a mindset of scarcity. But when we cultivate gratitude, when we take the time to acknowledge and appreciate the good in our lives, it changes everything. We start to make decisions from a place of contentment and abundance. Let's talk about something that can be alluring, but also incredibly dangerous: speculative financial behavior. We live in a world where everyone seems to be chasing the next big thing, the investment that will make them rich quickly. But Islam cautions us against this kind of risky behavior, particularly when it comes to gambling or maisir. The Quran states, "They ask you about wine and gambling. Say, in them is great sin, and yet some benefit for people, but their sin is greater than their benefit." 219. This verse highlights the dangers of activities that involve chance and speculation, emphasizing that the potential harms outweigh any perceived benefits. Now you might be thinking, "Hassan, I'm not out there gambling in casinos, I'm a responsible investor." And that's great, but here's the thing: speculation can take many forms. It's not just about roulette wheels and slot machines. It's about any financial decision driven by greed, a get-rich-quick mentality, or the fear of missing out, FOMO, rather than sound judgment and careful analysis. Islam encourages us to be responsible stewards of our wealth, to make calculated decisions based on knowledge, and to avoid activities that involve excessive risk or uncertainty. It's about investing in ventures that have a clear purpose, that benefit society, and that offer a reasonable expectation of profit without exploiting others. Okay folks, let's talk about something crucial to building a solid financial foundation: planning and budgeting. I know the words budget and plan can sound about as appealing as a root canal, but trust me, imagine trying to build a house without a blueprint. Chaos, right? That's what it's like managing your finances without a plan. It's a recipe for overspending, debt, and stress. Islam emphasizes planning for the future. The Quran reminds us, "And let every soul look to what it has put forth for tomorrow." 59:18. This verse encourages us to be mindful of our actions today. So, how do we put this into practice? It starts with a budget. A budget is simply a plan for your money. It's about making conscious choices to achieve your financial goals. Let's be honest folks, we've all been there. That moment when you see something you just to have. Maybe it's a shiny new gadget, a stylish outfit, or that irresistible sale that's just too good to pass up. Your heart races, your palms get sweaty, and before you know it, you're handing over your credit card, completely forgetting about that budget you so carefully crafted. That, my friends, is the power of emotional spending. It's the kind of spending that's driven by our feelings, stress, boredom, anxiety, excitement, rather than logic or careful planning. And let me tell you, it can wreak havoc on your finances. Now, Islam doesn't say we can't enjoy the fruits of our labor or treat ourselves occasionally. But it does emphasize the importance of self-control, especially when it comes to our desires. As the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "The strong one is not the one who overcomes others, but the one who controls himself in anger." Al-Bukhari 6114, Muslim 2609. This wisdom applies not just to anger but to all our emotions, including those that drive us to spend impulsively. So how do we master our emotions and make mindful spending decisions? First, we need to become aware of our spending triggers. So, there you have it folks, a glimpse into how certain money habits, when viewed through the lens of Islam, might be holding us back from achieving true financial well-being. But here's the good news. By recognizing these habits and adopting Islamic principles of financial responsibility, we can break free from these cycles and build a brighter future for ourselves and our families. by avoiding harmful practices like riba, embracing the values of hard work, moderation, and gratitude, and making mindful spending decisions, we can escape the trap of living paycheck to paycheck and create a life of financial stability and abundance. Remember, wealth in Islam is not just about how much money you have but how you earn it, how you spend it, and how you use it to benefit yourself, your family, and your community. Aligning our financial practices with these principles ensures both material and spiritual success, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. By avoiding these harmful money habits and adhering to Islamic teachings on financial responsibility, you can escape poverty and achieve stability. Aligning financial practices with patience, gratitude, planning, and ethical dealings ensures both material and spiritual success.
The strong one is not the one who overcomes others, but the one who controls himself in anger. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith number 6114.